So, hello YouTube followers, and by the way, thank you. I think I'm now up to 500. Well, all right, 499, but who's counting? So first off, I just want to say thank you. Now, second, as you know, if you watch some of my other videos, I am experimenting with intermittent fasting, and I'm now, I've now moved to a day on, a day off. Now, the reason why I'm doing 1 day on, 1 day off is because I tried 3 days on, so 3 days of fasting and then 3 days off. That didn't quite work. What I was finding was on certainly the second, if not the third day, I was beginning to look a little bit more emaciated, a little bit more gaunt and drawn. One day I actually had a real low and also felt really dizzy. So it may have been that I was doing that incorrectly. It's quite possibly I was. Don't forget, I'm still new to this. However, I thought perhaps the best method for me to try now would be 1 day on, 1 day off. And now 2 weeks in, this seems to be working perfectly. Now, what I'm finding is the following. So first off, break your fast with healthy food. I don't know if you can see this. Yes, I know I've got eggs on there. Perhaps I shouldn't. But otherwise, I've got rice, quinoa, lots of veg with a little bit of sweet chili sauce. So I'm sure there are better ways of breaking your fast, but I know that at the very least isn't too bad. So that's rule number 1. Absolutely break your fast with something healthy. Now, number 2, what I found is, especially right now in this warmer weather that the UK is experiencing, which by the way is lovely, throughout the morning, obviously I'm drinking lots of this, but at least one of the glasses I pop a little bit of pink Himalayan salt into the water. I say Himalayan just because at the moment we're being told that that is the best quality salt out there. Whether or not in 10 years time that we might find out that actually that's all a load of rubbish, all salt's the same, I don't know, but at the moment I'm assuming it is the best quality salt, and therefore I put a pinch of that in some water, and I find that definitely helps as well. I think again with the warmer climate, obviously we're losing body salts. I tend to exercise in the morning anyway, so a good replacement is just simply doing that for me. I'm sure there are other methods out there. I'm sure there are sports drinks that you could employ. That is my simple method, or simple technique. Now, the third thing that I found as well, which is really interesting, is, and I'm about to get a little bit disgusting here, black coffee. So I've drunk black coffee now for a couple of years. It was at the same time that I quit dairy. For me, that works all the better. I definitely have an issue with dairy. I think that is a product of me spending most of my childhood eating cheese every day. Black coffee, wonderful thing as far as I'm concerned. The better the quality, the better an experience you'll have, least of all just for the taste. Once you get used to black coffee, it's blooming lovely. But what I find is this. It really helps with the fasting. So this is where I'm about to get a little bit disgusting. Black coffee, of course, has a diuretic element to it, and it means that you at some point need to go to the loo. But this is brilliant for me because let's say, for example, Sunday, as it was yesterday, I went round a friend's house, we had a barbecue, I ate probably too much meat, far too much than I needed, and I probably had a few too many other things that my body shouldn't be taking in to that excess. And of course, black coffee is brilliant. What I find is not only do we then in the morning, you drink your black coffee, you find you need to go to the loo. I'm sure this is the case, but it kind of speeds up the rest of the processes that are going on in the stomach that help break down the foods that shouldn't be in there, the toxins that are in there. It's almost as if the black coffee helps speed up that process further beyond what intermittent fasting does as well. So for me, it's amazing. And I almost feel like I'm going through a flushing out throughout the morning. Again, disgusting. I'm trying to put it in as diplomatic and clean a way as possible, but I think you get what I mean. So for me, those are my 3 top tips. Number 1, break your fast absolutely with something pretty damn healthy. Number 2, make sure you take in some kind of salt content when you're fasting. And number 3, drink black coffee. It's blooming excellent. Anyway, Mr. Florence, Evolution of Dave, signing off. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.